Ooh, that looks different. That is crazy different. Okay. Good morning still. Good morning. And welcome to Monos, featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. This is planned to be a warship, but there's something I gotta take care of before I get into my warship. So I did what everybody does around here. I just told somebody to pull up. But I'm looking at this. This is a whole different setup. So there's been some change, I guess, on the YouTube. Um, and it's out of my character to even issue pull-ups and stuff like this. But I went somewhere this morning. I'll give y'all the segue into it in a second. Let me just do. I wish I could be like a bird in the sun. How sweet it would be if I found like a fly. All right. Always interesting, this YouTube thing. Different. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Mutt Mutt. If it's still morning time. All right, that is the link for anyone who wants to get on the platform today. I think I might have to go through explaining again what WARship is over here because it's the one thing I own for self, but it's the one thing that I think people have misinterpreted for their selves. And I just be like, that's not what it stands for. That's not what it means. So I find myself having to tell folks it's not anybody's it's not anybody's mess. If y'all will recall, there is a point in time when I do not look at the chat. Ergo, this is why. Well, it's not I do not look at the chat. It's I do not engage with the chat personally. And one of my goals was to engage with the chat. So normally on topics that I discussed during the week, that because I was going to work and had very limited time, there was very limited time to have engagement. So in the WARship section, which I conduct on Sunday, because I don't consider Sunday to be the Sabbath day, right? I consider Sunday to be the first day of the week. You understand? But many of y'all consider it to be y'all worship day. So I called it WARship day because that's my opportunity to really engage with the chat. And at that time, I had more dialogue with my chat in terms of the chat was more inclined to be participants. So they wanted to be heard on the topics that we were discussing, and they had positions on it. And they had either heard what I said during the course of the week and disagreed with it, or wanted to share some new information that they found on it, or just wanted to have conversation, meaningful dialogue. So we engaged in that. But a little while ago, I was driving to pick T up from work when I stumbled upon a thing. Okay, good morning, Pretty Green Eyes. Good morning to Really Vaughn. I think I covered everybody. So I was listening to Black Truth, because I'm just gonna keep it jiggy. I was listening to Black Truth, and Karen came on the platform. I didn't realize that the name of the video was Pull Up. until I heard Karen up on the up there. In any event, so disclaimer, this is not a video intended to protect the views of Karen or stand up for Karen. This is a video standing up for Mo. Because what I'm not going to be is insulted when I don't try to insult others. I respect everyone's platform. When I can assist in making things better, I participate in those discussions. When I see something is messy, I tend to try to not participate in those discussions. When I see things going in a direction, I tend to just want to put my twist on it. So my purpose of going up there was to say just what I said. A couple of hours ago, I don't know how many, but there was a live stream that was well anticipated on this side of town, that side of town, wherever you are at, if your algorithm puts you there. So it was the biggest thing. It was supposed to be one of the best things that ever happened. Yada, 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 yada. Successful event occurred. So why focus on a misunderstanding? Why focus on a misunderstanding after the event occurred that transpired before the event happened? Anybody wanting, and this is my opinion now that I'm on my platform, and we can have our own opinions on our platforms, right? And we all agree with this. So here's my opinion. Whenever the shit was going down that was negative, everyone appeared to ignore it. They went on business as usual. And I'm going to say perhaps as they should, depending on whose side of the fence you're on. So I'm going to give it to you from the perspective of the participants. Not to ruin an event, you continue to go on with the event. You ignore whatever the negative publicity was or whatever the negativity was. If you chose to ignore the negativity before you put on the event, after your successful event, you should continue to ignore the negative activity. Oh, no, no, no. Au contraire. It gets highlighted now because one of the people who spoke out or spoke up on their own platform is now somebody that no one wants to hear that they had an opinion. Y'all call them ops. So when ops spoke out, now there's a problem. It wasn't a big enough problem to stop, address it before the show hit. It should not be a problem after the show hit. Enjoy your win. That's all I was there to say. So if it means like I'm trying to tell people how to conduct themselves, maybe I am. But it comes from a perspective of what I saw and what you were willing not to engage before the event. No one gave a good damn what Karen had to say before the event. That's how I took it, because nobody responded. So no one cared. So can keep that same motherfucking energy after the event. That's how I feel. If you don't want to give your ops airplay, continue to do what y'all did. That's it. That's everything. Eventually, it'll sort itself out for whatever it was. Last but not least, if people are feeling a certain kind of way, and this is my Mo thoughts, right? I don't like a motherfucker. I don't want your motherfucking gifts. And I don't want to send you a gift. So if that shit really went down like that on a negative level, I should be seeing, just like they do in real Christmas time, returns going back and forth today. People should be returning each other's shit so people can get refunds on their shit. That's what should be going down. I got a knock knock is Black Truth. Oh, I think I gotta get my headset. Hold up. I might be missing a hello. No, I didn't miss a hello.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Monica? I was on mute.
Hey, okay, thank you. Yo, so you feel I was doing something that was negative to you, trying to tell you how to run your platform this morning?
All right, here we go this morning, Mo.
No, this the takeaway I got from it. And I'm just like,
see, why you so personal? You done got personal this morning. No, listen. What I was saying was I did what I did for my reasons, right? I didn't do it for other people's reasons. So what I did is what I did for me. It wasn't for you. It wasn't for them. It wasn't for the ops. It was for me because there was something that I said that I wanted to clear up with Karen. Me being a grown man, I said, hey, let me speak out to her. And me and Karen had a great conversation, I thought.
Oh, I haven't heard anything to the contrary. I only got the message part. And since I had dropped down, what I picked up when I came back was like, it was like you were saying to me, like basically I was telling you how to run your shit or what you should be talking about. And I was just like, no, that's not it. So I'm just going to restate my feelings that I was sharing, that I was conveying from the perspective of the community as a whole, right? It's a beautiful thing yesterday. That's what I said. And we should be celebrating that before focusing on some negative shit that nobody was focused on before they did the beautiful event. And not to take away from the beautiful event by highlighting the negative shit, if it wasn't even highlighted before the beautiful event. That's all I was bringing to light.
I could dig it, but I don't think
it's from my perspective.
Of course, because we all have our own perspectives, but I don't think that small snippet of the live that I did today, that can't dim the light of what happened last night at all. Because what happened last night happened, and it was dope as fuck. Can't be duplicated. It was a good situation. So like I said, I as a man, I wanted to come up because I saw a live this morning that was done yesterday. Because I work a lot, you know what I mean? I'm late on a lot of stuff. So when I woke up this morning, I saw it and I said,
Can you put some names on the lives you saw so I get a concept? Because I saw some lives too late this morning, you know, between the night and the morning.
Okay, yeah, I saw Karen's live, you know, and I saw what she bought me, and I saw how she did a review of what she bought me. And I was like, you know what? Oh man, okay. So let me reach out to her. Let me tell her to pull up. Let me have a little brief conversation with her real quick, you know, and be done with that. So, and then I wanted to reintroduce, you know, the little movie I got going on as well. So, you know, it was all with purpose and with good taste. You know, I'm not here to keep up confusion. I'm not that guy. That's not me.
Yeah, I just want to see us winning on the other side, you know?
For sure. We're going to win. We're definitely going to win, man. We're going to win. Believe that. We're going to win. No matter what.
So when I heard message, that wasn't really mean to me, right? That was just.
It was a little bit to you. Yeah, it was. It was a little bit to you. It was. So, just letting you know that, look, Monica, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I got this. Trust me. I ain't here to be messy. I ain't here to be mean and nasty. I got what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I just ask that you respect. And I appreciate you for coming up, you know, spilling your spill. Because I mean, I could dig it, but you know, I had it under control. I did. Because I was going somewhere with it. So.
Okay, so did you see, because I heard you reference when I was driving that you watched a video from somebody else. You watched somebody else's video. So I got the video after I got better context around it. So you saw LTG's video explaining her perspective on Karen being a narrative being created by LTG that you wanted to dispose of as well. That was the second part.
In reference, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, from what the perspective that she was kicking off is like, oh, I feel so bad for this situation. And it's nothing to feel bad about. Things happen, situations happen, and we moved on. Everybody had a good time. So we could put all that to bed. All that is to bed. No one got kicked out of anything. People chose to do what they wanted to do as grown-ups, and we moved on. We moved forward. The event was lit. Everything was fun. I just ask that people don't harp on this situation, yo. This is a moment in time, and let's not harp on this one small piece. You know what I mean? Let's not harp on that. It was some great stuff that happened last night.
That's why I was saying, like, I was surprised anybody was speaking on it in the other. I was surprised anybody was speaking on Karen when everybody did such a great job and had such a great time last night. And it was what it was. So I don't think it dims it.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe it dims it, but I do believe that so as I just said before you got on here, I said if it wasn't spoke on before and couldn't be resolved for her to participate or whatever the feelings were in participating, it's like water on the bridge afterwards. So what you said was you wanted to clarify something that you stated. But you also said you wanted to clear about something the op said.
I mean, since she was on the panel and we were talking, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I probably shouldn't be saying ops because when I listened to the video that LTG put out, she said she only got one ops out here, and her one op was somebody with HIV and his wife. That's all she said. So it sounded like to me there's been a lot of growth around here.
I could dig it.
And it sounds like to me that everyone appears to have the same op, but not numerous ops. But maybe she just meant that was her op at this moment. But
yeah, I could dig that. I really don't watch her much, so I don't know where she's going with what she's trying to do. But speaking for myself again, in closing, I asked Karen to pull up on me because I wanted to extend the olive branch to her to let her know. Because again, I didn't even have to explain what I said because she told me. Because when I woke up and I seen it, I said, seeing from what the video she did and brought me up in her video, I knew it was going to be something. So I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and reach out to her like a grown up would do and should do, and talk about the situation, because I didn't have to bring it up. She brought it up. So I knew it was on her mind. So I'm glad I was able to talk to her and let her know from my perspective what I did and what I said. And we can move on from it. You feel me?
All right. So just to give you the heads up about me, because this whole so I want to say something before. My plan for today's WARship was focused around Christmas, the whole talk of Christmas, why I don't celebrate Christmas. And I was waiting for after this event to occur to have the discussion, but before Christmas occurred, just to explain my side of things. But I was toiling with it because I didn't want to appear to come off as negative against the activity that you guys did so well. So it was it's one of the things that just has been bothering me. But I'm going into the new year knowing I'm not taking this community with me into the new year, period. End of story. And I don't care who unsubscribes from me. It'd be a welcome event if people are not moving in my same direction. So the only way to have people understand what direction you're moving in, is to share it with them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's been real knowing many folks, because I know I'm gonna lose many folks, and it's gonna be a welcome loss. But I just wanted to put that out there, but not to rain on anybody's stuff. So I've been very cautious how I step, but I cannot keep the same energy and the same type of people around me going into the new year.
I definitely agree. And the great part about YouTube, not only just YouTube, man, the great part about being an adult is you make your own choices. You choose to be around the type of people that you want. You choose to create your own story in life. You know what I mean? It's a lot of times we let other people dictate our story instead of living in our truth and our story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's the
I
great
hear
part
you.
about it. I mean,
Yeah,
write your
I hear you.
story. Write your story, baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I hear you. But we don't get to pick our participants on the social in these social worlds. They build your they build your participant. You just get to pick how you will participate with them.
Right.
But again, congrats on y'all unboxing demonstration, as y'all call it. Y'all look like y'all had a good time, and I'm happy for each and every one of you. And you know, as I said, if people don't like some shit, they should just return some shit. That's it. That's what happens after the Christmas giving gifts happen. You sometimes you receive a gift and you be like, oh, I don't want that shit. Send it back.
Of course. And I agree. But it was all with love. You know, that's the part that no one should ever miss
Mhm.
out. Everything that was purchased was with thought and it was with love from somebody that you don't even know. So that's what made it so dope. So I agree. If you don't like it, just send it back. And it don't have to be spoken upon. It don't have to be made alive on it. I had to send this shit back. Man, just do you. Just do you. You
That's how
feel
I
me?
see it. All right.
But let me
Well,
ask you
thank
one
you,
question and then I'm gonna
Legend.
drop down. Let me ask you one question, I'm gonna jump down, man.
Yeah.
So why don't you celebrate
Mhm.
Christmas, if you don't mind me asking? You don't, that's not something that you like?
All right. So I'll give it to you like this. I have my son is a special needs child. And
Okay, I didn't
when
know
they
that.
were younger, yeah. So when they were younger, I was teaching these principles, Jesus Christ, taking them to church. We lost a neighbor who cared for him. And the first time I had walked them into a church was for for her funeral. So my
Okay.
kids were intrigued with what a church was, what it was. So I then began to incorporate it. The Baptist church. So Christmas time came that year, and we have had all these conversations about Christ, Jesus Christ. It's his birthday. So my son comes to me and says, it's Jesus Christ's birthday. Why we're not celebrating his birthday? We're not singing happy birthday to him and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, why we're not doing that? The church is closed. It wasn't a Sunday. It was on an off day. And I was like, oh, I think it was a Tuesday that year. So I had to reach out to the pastor. He had to open the church because my son could not comprehend that this was this man's birthday. And he was carrying around with him to say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And he was like, he couldn't understand why we wasn't celebrating his birthday, why we weren't doing all the things that we're supposed to do, why we're buying each other gifts. So I really had to then sit down and break it down what I believe in and why I was trying to get this concept out there, but I can't because it just doesn't marinate well. And the psychological part of it, the Christians didn't practice what they preach.
Okay.
Everybody was getting gifts. This is a person that was born for salvation for you. It was like no thought of it. So why are we celebrating birth? If we don't even want to celebrate Jesus Christ's birthday, don't be mad at me because I don't want to celebrate my birthday. You understand? So to me, it all ties in. So that's the reason behind why I don't. Has to do with the Sabbath. It has to do with a lot of things that I just think if you followed along in the teachings in the Bible, you would say, all right, this did not happen in this place. This does not make sense. Why do we practice this way? Why are we building rituals this way? You would look at it differently. But I didn't come on YouTube to preach my beliefs, I just expected them to be respected as I respect others. I don't go around telling people, oh, you shouldn't do this. But there's a lot of hypocrisy in being a Christian. And I had to explain that at an early age to somebody that is difficult to explain anything to.
I could dig
And
it.
make it make sense.
No, I could dig
So
it. I could
I
dig it.
hope
It
that
makes sense.
I hope that long explanation leads you to my thought process.
Yeah, no, I could dig it. I now respect that. I could dig it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mo. I thank you for having me up, and man, y'all be safe and be blessed out here today, man. And again, in
All right.
closing, there was no ill will for the live I struck today. I don't have no issues with nobody. I love everybody, man.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right. And I'm not doing no more pull-up scenarios. Okay, so as we proceed with what you need, I'm trying to close something down. Okay. Most people want to finish 2021 how they started it. Bad statement for me to process, Karen. Too many personal losses to debate that. Much peace, love, light, and blessings to you, Mutt. Okay. Hey, Muffy. Hey, Miss G. Yeah, I don't think it was disrespect, but I just don't want nobody to think I'm trying to run anybody's world around here. I'm only trying to run mine. And I wish more people would get out of it. I just can't, I can't, I don't know how to say it any differently other than to say it like that. Okay. So let me go to my comply or die. Comply or die. Now, I was going to save this for Two Thoughts Tuesday, but considering all the stuff going on and the situation that and all the stuff going on, so let me segue y'all into all the stuff that's going on. I am talking about the case of Kimberly Potter, and I'm gonna do a Two Thoughts connection into complying or dying. And FOMO, the fear of missing out, wanting to belong to something bigger than you, and not being able to stand on your own accord because you don't want to miss out. We talked about FOMO a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to talk about it today in more of a sense of talking about compliance. When you conform to stuff that you don't really believe in because the amount of people around you are all doing it. Sometimes we refer to that as peer pressure. But there comes a point in time when you stand firm as an adult, you know, in your Bible. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. But when I became a man, I put those childish things behind me. There comes a point in time when you have to stand on your own too. Oh, hey, Cap, I didn't even see you. When you have to stand on your own too. And oftentimes, people will get ridiculed for standing on their own too. So that's the topics this morning. Let me get into it. Comply or you die. The case. I am so confused, having watched now both the prosecutor's case and the defense's case. Now, knowing that the defense has no obligation to put forward not one witness, not anything, I was impressed with the positions that they took. I was impressed with their specialist or expert witness, so to speak, based on what the expert witnesses discuss. But none of this changes the fact. You saw the officer testified on her own behalf, and she should have just shut up. We knew she was gonna cry. She had her Amber Geiger moment up there. Do I believe her? Do I believe she made a mistake? Absolutely. Did she say, I didn't intend to kill anyone? Absolutely. In manslaughter cases, intent is not what they have to prove. What they have to prove, the prosecutor, is that you was negligent in your duty. And the only thing that they have to show that she was negligent is that she pulled the gun instead of a taser. She shot one time instead of multiple times, which will lead you to believe she thought it was a taser. However, it was negligence on her part that she pulled the wrong weapon. She's an experienced officer, 26 years in the force. She had just had training on this weapon a couple of days before she shot and killed and pulled the wrong person. And it was clear that her technique was off. So whatever they were doing with drawers or whatever, as an officer, you draw, your taser is on the opposite side of your dominant side. So she always drew from her right. She didn't cross over and grab her taser and draw it from the left. So, and she didn't, and I'm not really sure she was supposed to be a left-hand person and shoot it, but she definitely shot it from her right hand. Never once did she cross across her hand and grab it from the side to get it, because that's how your taser's on your opposite side. So if you draw it one way, you have to change hands or whatever if you draw it the other way. She did none of the above to insinuate that she had the right weapon. So that is in and of itself negligence. That's what this is a case of, being negligent and taking accountability for being negligent. And as a consequence of being negligent, you took someone's life. Now, they went back and forth. Was it appropriate to pull? Hey, QSC, was it appropriate to use that type of force? And they had an expert come forward. They used the same one from the Chauvin trial. What they should have got from the Chauvin trial was some of those attorneys, because the ones that were not part of the state, who came in that they hired to help prosecute, they need to get more of them, because that's what was lacking on here. And I was like dumbfounded at the end when the lady prosecutor, so the female prosecutor, was questioning the police officer, and she's breaking down, right? And she doesn't even hammer in on her harder. Bad enough on a defense team, they got Matlock and company defending her. He's interrupting, just like Ben Matlock would do in the it was like he can't hear, he was hard of hearing, he was deaf, he was everything. So it was just crazy. seeing that type of reaction, or that type of chemistry in the courtroom. So now trying to keep an objective point of view, and having heard all the testimony and having had the weekend to sleep on it before I spoke to you, I have always said that she was negligent. I'm not sure if it's first degree negligence in that she unlawfully handled the gun or whatever they need to prove on that. I will listen to the final jury instructions and come back with my 13th juror review tomorrow before they come back with their verdict in the afternoon. Because what I found very interesting is that they were supposed to be a sequestered jury, and I did not hear the judge tell them to come to court on Monday with their clothes. So I don't understand this. So maybe she's thinking she's not going to give the case to them until Tuesday, and that they're supposed to go home on Tuesday, and they have Tuesday and Wednesday. They'll be sequestered on Tuesday, Wednesday, but I just didn't hear those instructions being given. So that was interesting to me. But that's where I was in that court case and what I was listening to, and how I see it. Like I said, good expert witnesses. I wasn't very impressed with the prosecutor's case, because I don't see where they spent enough time trying to prove her negligence. They couldn't prove that she was negligent because of bias and a hate of Black people. So they didn't try that. They couldn't prove her negligence by saying that she had numerous police write-ups for this type of behavior. But what you could see is a cover-up. From the moment she shot him, you did not see officers try to do officer-type jobs. You saw them try to protect their own. The blue wall of silence was prevalent from that moment forward. You heard the sergeant at the scene, who was guiding at the time, both of them, her and Officer Lucky, and trying to do things to safeguard the scene, right? He was trying to make sure that the car couldn't get away. He was making sure that Lucky tells him, you're under arrest, so there would not be resistance. Like, why are you pussyfooting around with this? You're under arrest. Like it's just annoyance. When this one says everything that Kim Porter said at the time is what can be held against her, all her utterances. Oh shit, I shot him instead of tasing him. Admission of guilt. I'm gonna go to prison. Wrongdoing. You know you're wrong. There's no way about it. What does the sergeant say? You was trying to save my life. Remember that. Coaching at the scene. All of this stuff is what they will have to put in their closing arguments to remind people that the moment she made a mistake, they all tried to coddle her. No, you're not. This is a woman. There's no wonder she made a mistake, because all of her behavior afterwards, you would not want this person to be in uniform. She rolled on the floor crying, snot nose. People say, oh, she had the same. No, she was a union police. She was involved in the union. You want us to forget that she's involved in the union. You want us to forget that you decorated her as somebody who can train. And the only thing that the trainee learned that day was how to kill somebody, and say you made a mistake, and how your fellow officers in uniform would cover for you. One thing we learned from the trial, based on the coroner's examination, once Dante was shot, he had no chance. There was no saving him. He was shot in the chest. He was shot. The organ that was damaged was his heart. So he had no chance. Hey, Carla. He had no chance of survival. We're not even sure that he was driving or operating that vehicle at the moment he was shot. If that was just reflex, we don't know. But it didn't go straight down the road like he had any control of the vehicle once it took off. And all of that stuff is contributed to her negligence, because the decision to fire while he was behind the vehicle is one she needed to consider, because none of them chased the car down the block. They stood their ground over there and did not move. He had no chance of survival whatsoever. His survival chances were nil. They said he had 5 seconds to a minute. By the time the car crashed down there and the young lady was in the car conveying to the officers, now she's involved in the crash. She probably didn't even have her seatbelt on anymore, because you don't really see her seatbelt on her as the other officer was trying to restrain him in the car. So she went through the windshield, hit the windshield, whatever. She's explaining to them that he's no longer breathing. Then they took another couple of minutes trying to figure out at crime scene number 2, right? That would be where he crashed and hit another car and then hit into something, right? And came to a stop. Where he was at there, they had to then determine for officers' safety. Listen to this shit. For officers' safety, if he had a third person in the car. So you got now sharpshooters have gathered. They're looking inside the car. Hey, John. They're looking inside the car, trying to figure out if there's a third person talking about the tent. They got to assemble a squad of people to go walk over to the car. So he was dead at these moments. And all of that was still negligence, because they knew back there when they shot him that there was no third person in the car. They pulled the car over, 2 people were in the car. They could have easily conveyed that downtown. Only 2 people in the car, proceed to go do whatever. No, they stayed silent over at the thing, listening to this bitch wallow in the grass. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, I'm going to prison. While officers tried to change guns with her for her own safety, because they thought she was a safety risk. While you're coddling this bitch, a young man was dying in the car. Needless to say, what they were pulling him over for were misdemeanors, minute bullshit, and endless amount. Just bullshit, minute bullshit. Could have been more serious stuff later on down the line that they could have found out, but what they knew at the time, and that's what's important. Hold on, I gotta get to the I gotta get to move that. Where's my mouse? Hold up. Carla, I gotta set your comment free. Hold up. Where's my mouse? Here it is. You know what this, oh, I know what it is. I haven't been down here in a couple of days. And the mouse part, these wireless mouse are a pain in the ass. Okay, I don't like the fact she's got a touch of dementia when asked about the day, but can recall how her rainy ass felt. what hurt her getting on the stand was her expert witness, because he's a doctor. So he spoke with her, and in his report he wrote quotes about stuff she told him. So the question is she lying or is her doctor lying when he wrote this, when he wrote the report? So if she had never testified, they would have only went on what she said in the report as her account of what happened. But since she want to testify, now she can't mix messages, because basically at the time she didn't have that much time to consult with people other than that officer telling her, you tried to save my life, while she's talking about, I'm going to prison. And he's trying to spoon feed her without spoon feeding her, because they all know they're being recorded. There's a testimony between the officer that was assigned to her. They did a great job bringing this out. The prosecutor, the woman prosecutor, she was like, when she questioned the woman, she said, didn't she walk into the police station without you? Like, wasn't you not doing your job guarding her? And then, so there was some kind of tension between those two women. And it made me go back to testimony, Lucky's testimony in the beginning, when Lucky turns off his camera to have a private conversation with that police officer that escorts her to the station. Meantime, between time, forwarded, when the sergeant told her to travel with her, she basically was like, yo, I could be of more assistance to the bitch in the car that's injured than her. Kind of crazy that she would say that. She'd rather have helped the civilian in the car than help the officer. And he was like, okay, but she knows you. Like she was, so something about that, those two women's relationship was not that great. And it was not direct testimony. It was as they were playing the videos, and you hear the exchange when he was asking her to watch, to be her buddy officer back to the thing. She really didn't want to do it. And so something else was going on there. So the prosecutor, she goes on to say, when you entered the room with her at the station, and she's like, yes, she was on the floor, like in a fetal position on the floor, right? And then she said, okay, like, bitch, you're going to tell this story, but let's talk about the real story. You put your body cam down because she asked you to turn off your camera. And she was like, yes, but I didn't. I put it on the table. Yeah, bitch. And then she told you she didn't want you watching her no more, and you was relieved and somebody else was put on her. Is that not what happened? So she was like, yes, that's what happened. So there was a little something going on there. Did you hear how in other cases she had officers to turn off their body cam? She guilty, period. Yeah, well, no. She wanted this officer to turn off her body cam now. So I didn't hear about other cases, but in this particular case, she demanded that the woman turn it off, and she told her she couldn't. But she took it off and put it on the table. And third thing, on this same officer, I think is Frankie or Fricky or something like that. She turned around. I know it's Lauren Fricky. Hold up. The same officer is no longer working there. She left that police station and works for another police station. So this is called Brooklyn Center, and she works in the other Brooklyn. I think I just worked the Lauren name, but it's like Fin Finky something. I don't give a fuck. Fricky, Officer Fricky. She doesn't even work for them anymore. She working in no, and she's not Lauren. Hold on, let me find which one she is. Her name is Colleen Fricke, Fricke. So she was trying to cover her ass. Yeah. So Officer Fricke no longer works for them. There's Brooklyn Center and then there's Brooklyn something else. So she's still in the Brooklyn area, but she's working for the other police department. None of these active police officers could really say anything about her. Having a chief of police come there and talk about he was fired basically because he put out her body cam footage, right? You put out a body cam footage to prevent the protests, to try to calm down the community angst on the protests. He, as an officer, she is entitled to due process. And I guess we have to understand that in a community that the police department has due process. What we need to do when we're talking about defunding the police, that's how you defund the police. You rewrite the rules. So at the end of the day, if a police officer involved shooting doesn't result in immediate termination, it should result in immediate suspension, whatever, until it's investigated. You know, the community needs to know what actions it's going to take to get an immediate response, because you have someone who's dead and they don't have a chance of coming back. They don't have a chance when they've been maimed like Jacob Blake was in the back and shot 7 times in the back. He's lucky to still be alive. So he put the video out so that everybody could see the video. He didn't believe in her guilt. The problem here is that the officers believe that if they make a mistake and the mistake is your life, oh, well, you should have complied and you wouldn't have died. That's not how this shit goes. You have got to be a professional so that nobody dies. Your job at the end of the day should be built in such a way that a person would walk away from that event alive. Everybody goes home. But they have this innate, it's like, what's the word for it? It's repug. Arrogance. They have an arrogance that your life doesn't matter. That's basically what they say about this young man. They basically said his life didn't matter once she killed him. With there being no evidence of him even having breathed hard on one of them. His resistance was all that. He was scrunching back in the car seat. You don't even see him throwing hits at them. He's all, the other officer got his hand going this way, his feet going that way. He's about to be drugged before he's tasered. So they just needed to really be able to rewrite those rules. Officer involved shooting, officers off the street until further notice, point blank. Now, if community want to be like the person needs to be fired, yada, 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 the due process says the officer has been relieved of duty until further notice, which is until there's decisions made. But sometimes, you know, you have to have realistic expectations with reasonable results to get reasonable results. But because that doesn't exist, that's why you have the unrest and the people in the street. That police officer was fired, the chief, or asked to resign. They allowed him to retire. So he needs to shut the hell up. They allowed him to retire for the simple fact so he could collect his money. They allowed him to retire. She resigned before she was fired, which probably means she's entitled to her pension as well. No one's spoken on that, so I don't have that as a fact. So that is a question, whether her retiring or quitting resigning at the time that she resigned, how did it impact her benefits? Good question to ask. Last but not least, something else about that, he was fired, how he handled the protesters when he was throwing tear gas at protesters at the fence, how he acted or responded to the protesters is what got him asked to leave. It was his military actions to the protesters in response. He says, the chief of police, the former chief of police said, when he released the videotape against the directives of the BCA. And the BCA then refused. The BCA is the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension then refused or declined to participate in the press conference with him. So he felt like he was then hung out there to dry because of the decision he made. So every decision he made was in alignment of protecting the officer who was involved in an officer-involved shooting. I'm not even gonna make her guilty at that time. I'm just gonna say his acts was to protect the officer involved in the shooting. That's it. That's everything. And the community doesn't want to hear that no more at large. Yep, that's the only reason why he released the footage. How long has it taken for body cam footage to be released? In other cases, it takes forever. But it took 1 or 2 days. No, it was hours. He released the body cam footage within hours. He was about as stupid as Rodney over there with Ahmaud Arbery. He thought that people would see her mistake and believe that her mistake was just that a mistake is unfortunate and the consequence of this mistake was somebody's life. And maybe they'll put a dollar value on it when they compensate the family for his wrongful death. No. Officers, so should there be a term limit? Maybe officers shouldn't be on the field after 20 years. Because both her and Derek Chauvin, same state, had been officers for a significant period of time and made these mistakes. And honestly, I thought she was callous in her duty. And I thought they were going to show, but they probably were, but the judge stopped them from doing frame by frame. And then they act like they didn't have another way to convey this message. They got frustrated as prosecutors. They should have conveyed step by step how she was negligent in reviewing the video, but they didn't want to discuss it unless they could show the video at the same time. I think that was a missed opportunity. They didn't do no rebuttal witnesses, but they should have came back and really rebutted and talked about her behavior as an officer. The only thing they pointed out, which is going to be their shining moment, is that she undid her holster. So the holster, she undid it before she pulled it out and threatened taser. She undid her holster, and that was a conscious act. And they do have to prove that she consciously did it. And that's what they're going to probably lean towards as her conscious guilt, is that she undid the gun. And see, she has a different holster type. She has to do a rock motion with the taser. This one, she just had to lift it or unsnap it. And she unsnapped it before approaching the vehicle. So that's about that on her. So basically what they're saying is that you gotta comply or you die. She was training an officer that same day and time of the incident. Yes, she was training an officer. She was a field training officer. And she probably was a distraction. She said he did this wrong. Bitch, you was training him. She said I would have spoken to him after the call. She said that their policy is that the rookie guy is in the car with them, right? And then she said he's not exactly a rookie because he already worked as a police officer somewhere else. So his judgment to pull this car over, she said, is not what I would have done. If this is not what you would have done and you were training somebody, I think you would have told them why you would not have done it. And she gave valid reasons why they shouldn't have pulled him over. But tried to say that the program is constructed in a way that she's not supposed to interfere with his decision-making process. They're one officer and she's basically, he's the officer, she's just there shadowing him. She tried to attack policy. When asked if she was trained on this, she says, I was trained, but I signed many papers. They don't explain the papers to me. Bitch, you're not helping your case you're not helping me if you tell me that annual training, you may not have conducted this annual training the way in which people say it was, but you just signed the papers afterwards. It was no real formal training on it, but you signed that there was. Oh, I just signed a bunch of papers. They give you a bunch of papers at training to sign. They don't explain them to you. Well, boo-hoo-hoo. Let me get a bucket for your crocodile tears. If any other officer is going to play that game like she just played, don't. You went to training. If they didn't train you like they said they supposed to train you, your ass is on the line when you're in the field. Because the people training you, guess where they're not? They're not in the street anymore. You're in the street. So if you go to training and it is not giving you what you're supposed to get, and you're on the union and all this other stuff, that's what you should be advocating for, the changes for police benefit. She made sure to tell him how to run Dante's name to check for warrants. She sure did. But when they hit the tag, so understand this, when they hit the tag, the car belonged to Dante's brother. And it's expired under Dante's brother's name. Dante's brother had a warrant, but they didn't go up to the car and ask any questions about that warrant or about Dante's brother. They asked him who he was. So now they led to believe that he's not the man who operates the car. So imagine this, and this happens to us all the time. Well, it depends on what hood you grow up in and how people let you roll with them. But I've driven in other people's cars, taking it, like run to the mall or whatever, in somebody else's car. I never thought. Let me tell y'all something. When I lived over there, okay, y'all, this dude, I really need to cuss this dude out. So let's just do this today so I could get over with this shit. Because this one, I really got to do. So I got to knock, knock. And I got to make sure we don't want to see him. Sir, what do you want?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just don't want to see you.
No problem. I'm trying to chat and you're not reading my I'm trying to chat in the chat box.
Sir, do you remember coming up here calling me a bitch?
No way! Hell no!
Oh yes. Yes way. You called me a bitch.
Oh
So
my
no,
God.
you can't chat in the chat.
Lord, I got
I
an
don't know
echo.
what sir.
I apologize.
Oh no, you could keep that apology because once a bitch, always a bitch. I'm good with that. You called me a bitch. I'm good with it. I don't understand why you keep coming around. He has an echo, so he turn off your YouTube. And then you won't have an echo. I can't make this shit up. I really can't make this shit up. He don't remember calling me a bitch. Like we was all here for it. When did the Chauvin case start? Let me go get my evidence of him calling me a bitch. Hold up. Let me go find the video. I got time for it. Hey Rocket, what's good? I cannot believe he doesn't remember calling me a bitch. He be like, I can't. The Chauvin trial started on what day? Cause this is why you have to have a planner. This is why I have planners. All right, so they reached the verdict April 20th. So what day did the trial start? Oh, listen how good my notes are, y'all. My chat is not appearing. You need to end the YouTube and only be on the Zoom in order to be heard. Okay, that's number one. No, your message is only to me at this time. The chat can't see it. All right. March 27th. What's in Mo's bag? Yo, folks calls me the B word. March 27th. So let me go find the March 27th video. Yeah, that's how we do around here. So March 27th. Oh, let me see if I have to ask you to unmute. No, you're not even muted. So you think that because you called me a bitch 9 months ago, I'm not supposed to still be in my feelings about it? All I could tell you is, no, my live stream is still going. All I know is you called me a bitch, sir. And I've been trying to understand why you keep coming around this bitch. You know, that's that's all that's how I be saying things. I don't know how other people be saying things. I'm just saying. But I'm looking for the video so I could show you calling me a bitch, just in case you had how was okay. Okay, let me come over here and find you the video. Anyway, anybody got anything else to say on this? Because I'm gonna find this thing right here. The breakdown. Are Black men showing their true colors? Who's this guy? I don't even know who they are. All right. Boom, 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 boom. I said March 27th. You're gonna talk about that's 9 months ago. 9 months ago, I was a bitch. I just want to stay that bitch. I never understand men. If I called y'all out y'all name 9 months ago, 9 days ago, or 9 seconds ago, I'm not coming back around you trying to hang out with you. And I don't really know what I could say to a guy to call him out his name. But you know when you call a woman a bitch that you don't call her out her name. March 27th. So what's in my bag? So it's this video right here. So let us find this video right here. Let me pull up this video right here. Let me find when you was on the live. All right, let me show y'all this video. Coleman, he called you a bitch, then tried to flirt with you, shaking my motherfucking head. Is that the same crazy dude? I don't know. He up here talking about, I never called you that. That's all right, sir. We're going to pull up the beam footage for you because we don't want to be lying on you around here. So we're going to get to that point. Sir, is this you? On the video? Sir, I need you to first confirm that this is you. This is the man that called me a bitch. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. I just cannot make this shit up. While I am up in here, see, this is the fear of missing out. Because I don't even know why one would come back. This shit right here, I just can't. Nicole, I'm trying to do something, you sharing the video. I can't even get to the damn thing. Okay, sir. Sir, I believe this is you on the screen. I was out of my mind. I was drunk. Look at me. Sir, I'm gonna need you to fix your mic. So the people, look at my mama over there looking all good up inside the closet. Okay, let me see. Listening and multitasking. Here we go. This, sir, is when you was telling us that you were degreed. I can't hear it. Hold up. I wonder why I ain't got sound over there. Hold up. All right, this is why. Hold up. I gotta get my sound together. I hear it somewhere, but I don't hear, or maybe I'm hearing me right here. Oh, that's what I'm hearing, but hold up. Cause I didn't play the video. I don't think I pressed play. Look up Walden University, please.
Out of Minnesota. Well, what happened was Drexel University in Pennsylvania. I swear I tried so hard. I tried so hard to get up in that bitch. But they was like, nope. 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 I'm like, cool. I sent yeah, Monica, I love her from day one.
Oh God.
From day one, man. That's all I want to hear. Giggles and comfortability. Giggles and comfortability. Monica, be comfortable with me. Because you saved my voicemail message. That's when I knew you kind of, you know, he a cool dude.
No, I thought you was a weirdo.
You saved my voice.
I can't. I think, wait a minute. I gotta get myself together for this. I'm not even sure if I was ready for this one.
Mail message. And I asked you kindly, I said, Monica, after you embarrass me in front of all of your viewers, to tell you, I said, Monica, can you please play my voicemail message? Guess what you said?
I hope I said no.
Said no.
Okay. I'm
because
glad no, after I
you
embarrassed you.
wanted to give me a second chance.
No, you didn't need a second chance, yo folks. I understood what happened, right? I just wanted to build boundaries.
What happened? What happened? Tell me what happened.
You called me and you called me.
Play it, play it, play it, play it, play it.
Yeah,
play it.
I don't think I don't keep recordings. I know this is the YouTube space and the people love to be messy and shit. I don't keep that recording.
Monica, I'm asking you. I'm a PhD candidate. You will be addressing me as Dr. Yo Folks. In 3 years, in education, Monica, play
well, at
the
least
recording.
You won't be Eddie Yo Folks.
play it. I won't, because I got a wrench. You would never, ever see me hiding my face for you. I want you to, you 30 miles from me, Monica. You 30 miles from me. I'm finna get my teeth fixed. I'm finna get my teeth fixed. I got the front teeth fixed.
You got a Cardi B.
You, Monica, this is real, man. This ain't no joke.
No, it really is. It's really funny.
Play my voicemail message. Because I'm telling you, don't have me swear, to play.
You don't remember what you said?
You have it recorded, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, all right. So it's over with. Now, let's talk about Monday, March 29th. March 29th. Monica, you always tell me your folks come up on here talking about trying to hear about what's going on legally. Monica, can I just say this to you right?
Sir, can you unmute now? Are you able to speak, sir, now? Mr. Yo, folks. I'm not putting you on camera because I don't know what you're capable of doing from this last episode, but I just want you to see all that you did. So I'm going to carry on since you're still here.
Quick.
Sure. The floor is yours.
I work for Cook County Public Defender's Office as a purchaser. I met this Jewish dude.
What do you purchase?
Everything in the office, everything.
All right.
Purchaser.
All right,
yeah.
let me update y'all what's going on. I was up here talking about we was up here in a lengthy conversation about the case of Kim Porter. And he joins the platform to let me know, this is Yo folks, that he's writing in the chat and I'm ignoring his messages. So I advised him that no, you're blocked in the chat. And the reason why is because the last time or the second to last time, so he's been up here since this video that I'm showing now. You called me a bitch. You showed up a couple of weeks ago and I told you called me a bitch and not to come back over here. But here you is again. So I just wanted to pull the bean footage of you calling me a bitch.
I was a purchaser. Everything you, Monica, you come to me, yo, I need a chair. I got you.
Okay.
I met support.
And I want to be clear. I've taken nothing from no one around here. Let me just be clear. I've taken nothing from him.
What it was is this. Monica, you got my earphones on. First of all, you have my earphones on. This dude from New York, man, this Jewish dude, I met him. I signed up for what's that, Southern Poverty Law Center? I was with them, and it was another company I was with. But Monica, I want you to know, the shit they done in Georgia, oh my God. Oh my God. And I think that I'm here for you. I'm 30 miles from you, Monica. It's nothing. Your hideaway is my apartment, baby. I got you.
Oh no, it's not. Oh no,
Oh,
it's not. Oh
oh,
no, it's not.
okay.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
Monica, it's
no.
gonna
She had up
happen.
in his apartment.
Oh,
I picked that shit up. Anybody else hear that shit? She had off in his apartment.
it's gonna get warm. It's about to get warm. But we got to start off where we left off.
What you say, Nikkei?
He said she had off in his apartment. That's what he said.
That's that
She
PhD
ain't tell us
shit.
about that shit, Evolve, man. Did she tell you? Because I ain't heard
do a
nothing.
Kevin Samuels. I do a Kevin Samuels on your head. What
Do that.
happened was I have been waiting for 2.5 years to graduate with my Bachelor's of Science degree, my Master's of Science degree, and now I am a PhD.
Well, he got more going for
candidate.
him than the
My-
therapist. I'm just saying. Right now, he apparently he got more education than the therapist. I'm just, the unofficial.
Monica can't fuck with me. I'm ready to show my face, my teeth, my booty hole. I'm ready to show everything. T, come
Okay,
here.
let's
T,
just put
come
some
in
ground
here.
rules. Let's just put some ground rules. Your booty hole
Well,
is a private entity that we don't want to share a visual of.
I admit that only because
But have you
Monica-
seen your booty hole?
I don't like hair in it, so I pluck hair out of my. Monica,
How do you see your anus
I'm gonna count
clear
for
enough to be able to pluck
I'm
on
gonna
your
count for
own?
Monica. Monica, I've been
I need to know. I need to know. That's some shit I need to know.
I've been waiting for 5 years.
You said it. I need to understand. How you see back there? What you do? You get a mirror, you put it down at the bottom or something, like, and you look back. Like, how you make it happen?
It's right up there with that private visit. What was it? Got a private invitation.
Women,
I haven't done this. I don't know.
women and men have totally different genitalia products. But anyway, we
It's not
got
an
it.
Android. You said booty hole. I just want to make sure.
The only reason I said booty hole is because
Ooh.
Monica, please, man, please don't have me. I've been waiting for so long to be like this. Look at me. I turn the light on.
Don't show no
I
booty
turn
holes.
the light. No, I just turn the light on, man. Come on, man.
No. No.
I'm just saying, man. I am a
Girl, you better
PhD
drop him.
candidate.
He's moving too
Oh,
much.
let me show you. Let me show you.
Drop
Let
him,
me show you.
Monica. No!
Nigga, would you really?
I'm sorry. Ooh. Sir, you still here? I can't. It's even funnier today. Sir, this is what you did. This is exactly what you did. You was about to show us your booty hole. You was about to show us your booty hole. So I could not trust you to be on camera anymore. You see how this is going? Now, I didn't start this.
Really finna show somebody your ass?
No.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck is going on in here tonight? Like I just walked into. I'm confused.
The word Jeezy been blocked
I'm
from the
confused.
chat. Sorry, Harlem Nights.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what to do about this. Should I be laughing or?
What happened to my life? What happened to my life? What happened to my life? What happened to my life?
Monica turned it out. And she over there. She hiding out at your spot.
Why do I hear sirens?
That's me, sorry.
The police is coming.
That's you, Nikki.
Right. They coming for his ass. Somebody over there.
Okay. I just can't. I can't.
I've been working for 2 years, 2.5 years. I graduated with my master's degree, man. I'm ready to show and prove. Monica, you know how we do. Can you show me?
No, I don't know how we do, but we saw how you wanted to do. Whew, Lord.
Open up my my thing. What open up. Monica, this is a real thing. Joy is there. This nigga put his knee in his neck for.
Well, it was actually it was a man of non-color. So I don't know.
Monica,
Stop yelling and PTNSD and up here.
This ain't no Rodney King, bitch. This ain't no Rodney King. This is pure racism.
I'm gonna let you. Let me tell you something, yo, folks. Right?
Open up my camera. Open up my camera. Open up my camera. I leave right now, and I see you Monday.
Rodney.
Open up my camera.
Rodney.
Stop controlling me. I put my dick in the camera. I put my dick in the camera.
You said you would put your penis in the camera. No, I can't hear you. Now, if you want to open your mic and speak, sir, you're welcome to defend yourself. I don't know what's defendable around here, because first you was in your booty hole, and then next you was going to so first you did the booty hole thing, and then we went to the to your penis. So look how this escalated. And I think your name is Rodney. So I tried to now de-escalate you. Let's see what happened next.
Stop. Open up. Monica, man, let me. Are you? Oh,
Save this to show exactly how he acted.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm done for the night. I'm just done. I'm just okay. Yeah.
Hope he has a plan.
Oh, what happened to 5150?
He said he was gonna put his penis on something, so I just left that alone.
I can't hear you. What? sorry. Can't hear.
You can't hear me?
I couldn't at first, no.
Oh, he said he was gonna do something with his penis, so I cut the picture for you. I cut the whole, cause I cut the picture and I was just gonna let him rock out, and then
You
cause
just kicked him off.
yeah, I had to figure that out.
Don't nobody want to see no stuff. The you don't know what's coming out of that joint. Did that really happen?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit really happened.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That was some Twilight Zone shit right there. Yeah. That
No,
was
he
some
comes
straight
back
Twilight
though.
Zone. I don't even know. We might need to ban you from here. No, I'm joking. I'm just playing. God
He
damn.
won't remember nothing in the morning.
Huh?
He won't remember nothing in the morning.
Wait, he be drinking?
Yeah, you might think he was drunk.
Oh, listen, I didn't know if it was real time or just drinkage. I don't really understand people.
Yeah, he was drunk. I just wrote in there, I hope he has a friend and it ain't named Bottom.
Oh, yeah, because he was talking about the PhD thing. So, yeah, he was probably drinking. Celebratory.
Well, he
Maybe.
probably got excited because he's earned his PhD.
Yeah, that's why I said celebratory. So he just
Yeah.
owned one. Okay, my bad, man.
Yeah, like when you excited about your accomplishments and you want to share it with everybody.
But he just came on here and embarrassed himself because he just told us he playing his booty. So, I don't know what we were going to do with that next. When he come back in here and be like, hey, yo, folks, booty hole. What else? I mean, what do we do? Like, how do we get past this as a family? Like, what the fuck?
Make me doubt whether he got a PhD.
Exactly.
Where you buy that at? No.
He said that he stopped. He said that in 3 years I will be calling him Doctor so and so.
He did.
Because he would have earned it. So it sounds like he got accepted to a PhD program, and he's excited about it.
It sounds like
you know
he just let you out the live stream because you living somewhere in his apartment. What is it? I came in like, huh? I didn't even know about this part.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh shit.
Did y'all see? No, did y'all really see a blue thong? I just saw him stand up.
When he first came on, I thought he had. When he first came on, I thought he had some damn angel wings from his avatar.
No, he's a handsome man.
Huh?
What? What y'all saying?
Nothing.
I'm confused by that whole moment. I'm like, it threw me off. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I don't even know how to. I don't know how to
come back from that. Huh?
Well, it's without like you. Sometimes people have a good day, and they just want to share it with the rest of us.
I guess.
Maybe he thought he was in the book club. Well, I can assure you, in the book club, we don't be doing that. Y'all better cut it out.
We do that in the book club.
3,000. I'm not even gonna call you Dre right now because you said some shit that the 3,000 person would say. He said, "I'm traumatized."
I ain't see shit. I'm so glad because I got up and walked around.
I kept saying, cut the camera, cut the camera.
No, really.
So
no.
glad.
Woo, woo, woo. Did y'all really see something? Do I have to do a rewind?
No, but he was getting ready. He was moving around. Like he was getting ready to show something. I was like, what the heck?
I can't. I really can't.
Satsuma.
You know what? This is. You know what moment this is? This is an Andrew Cuomo. Is his name Andrew or he's Mario? Which one is he? He Andrew Cuomo, right? This is an Andrew Cuomo moment when he got invited to the party and he said some stuff and he just made somebody feel uncomfortable. He said, "You are comfortable around me." Wow.
He ain't gonna remember nothing more on it. You're gonna have to prove it to him, Monica.
Not a thing.
No, I feel, this is unfortunate. I'm laughing because sometimes, like, you just gotta laugh some stuff off, right? But this is unfortunate, and I have to take the video down. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
Flashing.
I don't got much.
You know what, though?
He about to pull a flash on you, Monica.
he said, "I'm about to get that penis out." I was like, let me get this. Let me figure out how to get this not right. This is not right.
He said he was gonna get the penis out.
He said he about to get that penis on it.
And that's when he started moving.
He was
all
pretty
around.
good.
Like he getting in position.
It was really about to happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
my
Okay.
brother from another mother. You ain't got nothing to say.
Maybe not about a penis.
Well, no, I'm not asking him to speak. I'm just shocked.
Well,
Uh-oh.
okay, you hear that, Crystal? Anyway, it's just certain shit you just gotta leave alone, man. Like at first I wanted to laugh, but I don't want to we in a cancel culture now, so I didn't want to get in trouble. And then I'm like, damn, he making all the true drinkers look stupid. Because then I'm like, wait, maybe he not slow, he might just be tipsy. And
That's what I
then
said.
the reason why I'm uncomfortable, if you hear the shaking in my voice, I really thought I was gonna be forced to see a butthole, and I don't want to be forced to see no butthole. So
Me too.
let me fix my cocktail and get my nerve. That's the scariest thing. That's the funniest, scariest shit I ever seen on YouTube.
Especially when you pluck yourself.
Exactly.
It could have damages back there. Like, I don't
I
know.
don't even want to see the visual
Ivame, you say abort, abort.
because that dude was moving around. He was moving around like
Yo.
he was getting ready to flash.
Okay, you remember abort?
Miss G said she went back, wasn't able to show anything. Had on the towel.
Hey, Ivame, you remember abort?
Uh-huh.
Face is like, no.
Okay.
My face is not hearing it.
Okay, my man told Monica, abort, abort.
It's Satsuma.
Oh,
Satsuma.
okay, no.
He said fix his cocktail.
Whoa. Fix his cocktail. Who got to fix that cocktail? I don't know. This
I
lost
think
me
he
a
got
long time
enough
ago.
fixed cocktails. For one
Okay.
thing. I'm,
I gotta go.
you know,
I
that
don't
was
know- I
Jason.
don't-
Jason said he had to fix his cocktail because this shit was crazy. Only on this shit could you have this. I don't remember when. I don't see his picture come back up, so I can't fast forward it. So I just fast forward the sound. Like,
Hey, that was that
oh, and
dude
this is
that y'all was
called
tripping.
channel trafficking. I'm channel trafficking my own video right now. Just saying, you know, my own words, and this is how I do it.
on last year, right? That said y'all was gonna catch vitamin A. Was that him? Okay.
No, please don't bring up vitamin A because I'm over reunions. It's a family affair. I'm over them. I don't want no more reunions tonight. And I don't want no late night videos of no other alcoholics up here anonymous talking shit about me. I really don't. I damn sure don't. But yeah, vitamin A is a whole nother story in himself. This might have taken the cake right about here. This might go down in Momo history as just one of those things. I'm embarrassed that I laughed because it's, you know, as it's settling in now, it's like we need to start showing ourselves in the most positive light possible.
Something's wrong there in his life that he had to go that far, even in a celebratory moment.
But I think that's what happened on the call. It was, you know, like it was. Oh, that's where it's at. You know, I've been looking for it because he said, "I know you got it."
This was another call.
This is why I'm tired of the YouTube. This is precisely why I be tired of the YouTube, because you catch people at bad points in there. You know, you could just catch somebody on a bad day and it just not be a good look. Because this sir was not a good look. Like I had to go to governments. I'm never. Mm. Okay.
I'm trying to get close to you. To you. All right. All right. Oh, here we go.
Anyways, that was me playing the
No, hit me.
call that he made. That woo, whatever that was, singing, that was the call. It's not me recording a call. It's him leaving a voicemail message for me. On the next book, I got time now. Girl, you almost made me say something sarcastic. This one of these nights. I think I better go. Joanna said you let her know when we doing the next book club. When we on the next book. She had a whole troll come in here gunning for her. I got something to say. And I hope that
It's
this
a full moon tonight.
Is that a fact? Is that a factoid?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Well, you
It was
also
beautiful
smoking.
today. It was like 85 with a nice breeze.
No, today was shitty in New York, but it wasn't like it was like 60 something. But yesterday we was up in the 80s. Like how the hell
But
you
it's,
go from that to be like 60? Like it's thick.
I don't know. You know, I be thinking they be playing with the weather because it is bipolar now.
I really feel. I really feel. I don't even know. I hate this space because it's like you got to make good people look bad. That's just to shine, to really shine on here. You've got to make other people look bad. Like it's just it. This shit right here is just way too much. It's just way too much.
But you didn't provoke that. Like we can always
No,
leave.
but it's you don't provoke it, but it's encouraged. Like it is so it's a damn shame. Here are my feelings then. And this is the same stuff happening. How many months did he say later? 9 months later, same shit happening 9 months later. Sir, you just gonna sit up here with nothing to say? Nothing to say for yourself? So you unmuted, you could talk. Let me know when you want to talk. And then you got just all the weirdos.
Yo, my birthday coming up. Yay.
Oh gosh.
April
What
5th.
day is, oh Lord. Now we got more problems. More
April 5th.
money, more problems. I cannot. I just cannot right now. I just can't. It's a full moon. The perverts and predators are out. I told you about that the Jezebel spirit. Yeah. We're doing good. We're just trying to figure out, can you see your asshole? Has anybody ever seen their asshole? Like, I mean, this is a serious question. Has anybody seen their asshole? And if you did, how did you accomplish that? Let me just fast forward because I know in the chat
different states with you in the morning, so I don't think
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just went on and on, and
Hey,
then you did the fucking history lesson.
and then you remember, like, I don't know if you said it or Ivame, but like today we was out and about, and Ivame, I heard an older woman, and she didn't sound crispy like Cicely. So I don't know. It just reminded me. I don't remember if you or Monica said that.
You missed it. We went through that, Jason. Go ahead, Monica. I'm sorry.
No, we did.
Yeah, I
We
missed
went
Thursday
back.
and Friday.
Yeah, we went back to listen. So it seems like she starts off the beginning of the book, and then that other person comes in and does the rest of the book.
Yeah. Okay.
Because but her voice is raspy or winded. kind of right leave on me. It just sounds like that of an older woman telling a story because they normally have
Right.
more pause with their stories because they're thinking as they're speaking. You know, and I think I'm at this point because I'm almost at that 50 marker. Even though some woman, how old was that bitch? 56 today, gave
Which
birth
one?
to a baby.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Some old white woman gave birth to some damn baby. She might even be 60 something.
At
She's
how old?
50 something. I think she was 56. She just made the fucking record for the oldest woman.
Wow.
No,
I
And
thought
was it
your period stopped at a certain time.
come on, man? Like I ain't trying to disrespect no woman, but I feel like wherever that baby was sitting, it was a different vibe than like a 30-year-old. Like it was like a constant massage or something. Like
leave that baby alone.
I'm
Imagine
gonna
when the
leave.
baby
Look, I'm gonna
can
leave
run
Benji alone. I
faster than
promise you. Right? Shout out
when
to
the baby
Benji,
can run faster than his parents.
for real. That baby gonna come out singing Nat King Cole, like
Oh,
old
he
classic.
left.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
As die or go to sleep or something.
hey, listen, bro.
You heard me?
What had happened was.
Oh, not the PhD saying what had happened was. Wait a minute, PhD better come on here with some.
To the play it, bitch, play it, bitch.
Oh, there we go. Found you, and it's being streamed.
Ain't nobody showing me. I'm asking you. I'm begging you. Show twin. Show up dollar. Show that nigga PhD. Show that nigga, man.
Let me tell you something. I am very happy for you and your PhD pursuits, but you said some things that are very disturbing, and I don't want you to regret the path that you're on right now. Look at me. I don't want him to regret the path that he's on, right?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this
Oh,
is not
no.
This is
Not
not a
only
good
do
look.
I understand what you're saying, Monica, not only do I understand what you're saying, Monica, I would not say nothing ever again. But George Floyd trial starts tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
Oh, my bad.
I found the recording. Did you still want me to find it?
I want you to play it, bitch, play it, bitch, play it.
Did he just call you out your name? Why don't you calm down?
Oh,
bitch.
sorry.
Did he just call you out your name?
Did I hear bitch?
You, Monica, I've always been attracted to you, but it's not happening. 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 How many times
there are other people? You know there's other people here and they can see you and it's being streamed.
Ain't nobody showing me. I'm asking you. I'm begging you. Show twin. Show up dollar. Show that nigga PhD. Show that nigga, man.
Let me tell you something. I am very happy for you and your PhD pursuits, but you said some things that are very disturbing, and I don't want you to regret the path that you're on right now.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this
Oh,
is not
no.
This is
Not
not a
only
good
do
look.
I understand what you're saying, Monica, not only do I understand what you're saying, Monica, I would not say nothing ever again. But George Floyd trial starts tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
Oh, my bad.
I found the recording. Did you still want me to find it?
I want you to play it, bitch, play it.
Did he just call you out your name? Why don't you calm down?
Oh,
sorry.
Did he just call you out your name?
Did I hear bitch?
Yeah, he He said it several times.
Jason, please, man. JB, please hear my love for this.
Oh no.
You can't love bitches.
If I'm hitting it from the back, if I'm bagging that booty, if I'm bagging that
Oh
booty.
no. Kick him off of here. Get out. You ain't just playing nothing. I'm not laughing.
This ain't funny, bro.
Can I explain
It
myself?
sure ain't.
Can I explain myself?
You showed how you
Show my
explained yourself
face.
by
Show
your
my
actions.
face. Show my face.
No.
Fucking face, home. You need to calm
And I
down.
don't even have the controls, but no.
Let's see. We go way back.
That wasn't even Miss G. But you need to calm your motherfucking ass down or go to sleep or something.
It's amazing.
Hey,
He know
listen.
everybody's voice up here. He's like Miss G. He know everybody's voice. He's back. Sir. Did you hear you call me a bitch 3 times, 4 times?
No, I missed it.
Oh, let me play it back. Oh, let it be my privilege. Hold on. Hold up. We found it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do something.
Let me hear it.
I'm gonna let you hear it. 1 minute. I just gotta do something on the computer. Okay, today, where's the button to do this? Okay, all right, here you go. Some things that are very disturbing, and I don't want you to regret the path that you're on right now.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this
Oh,
is not
no.
This is
Not
not a
only
good
do
look.
I understand what you're saying, Monica, not only do I understand what you're saying, Monica, I would not say nothing ever again. But George Floyd trial starts tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
Oh, my bad.
I found the recording. Did you still want me to find it?
I want you to play it, bitch, play it, bitch, play it.
Did he just call you out your name?
Why don't you calm down?
Sir,
Oh,
do you not remember that event?
you know I don't remember it. I was out of my mind. I was so drunk. I had no ill will intentions or spite calling you that name, and I apologize. But that is so funny. Entertainment purposes. I was drunk out of my mind. Oh my God, I was so drunk. But I never known you to say I'm banned or don't come back. Now, if I'm banned, I accept my punishment. I'm not coming back to your rooms chatting with you. Okay? That's not going to happen. I don't know where I stand. I'm in limbo. I was drunk. I called you out your name and I apologize. It won't happen again. But if you don't want me involved in your discourse, I'm out. Ain't no stalking. Ain't none of that. I don't do that. No means no. So do you believe that I was?
Oh, I love the way you do this.
Huh?
All right. Wait a second. You guys, yeah, I do. Okay. Can we deal with one thing at a time first? Love your background.
I got some new earphones I gotta test out.
You got what?
These earphones.
Oh no, sir. We don't need you.
I'm so glad I make you laugh.
No.
I got these what? What happened? I gotta test. What? I gotta test these out.
Okay, we want you to keep it classy, so we don't want to see your assy, okay?
Oh, okay.
So when you turned around, right?
I thought this just me and you talking. You got me up in the YouTube. What up, folks? What up, folks? You got me in YouTube.
Wasn't I on the YouTube when you hit the link and joined the platform?
Yeah, all this, I don't know. Okay, let's get to what you were saying.
Okay, I was checking out your environment because on the last clip you said I've been to your home, so I was just.
In the last clip, I said what?
You said I had been to your apartment.
You know you ain't been in my apartment.
So, I know that, but some people may have thought that I was. Because right there, when I see those crates, though, I be thinking of like in the milk factory or something, because it look like
them all books. Yep, I got so many books. Okay, come on, let's get to the point now.
How's your PhD going for you? Sir.
I'm gonna tell you all about it. Let's get this out the way now.
The point is you was mad disrespectful. So I thought it was understood that you wasn't gonna come back. So I didn't know you didn't know that you wasn't gonna be here no more. I mean, wrong. You think that's a wrong decision?
What was calling you calling you that word was mad disrespectful. I apologize, but I had no ill will intention. I had no ill will intent behind it. But putting on a show like that, it was so funny. It's a classic. I'm gonna make an NFT out of my show.
What's the NFT?
I'll tell you about it. Okay, so I apologize calling you out your name. I want to continue the discourse regarding legal issues in the Black community. Getting our reparations or dietrying.com is my website.
Okay, what's that website again?
Getting our reparations or dietrying.com.
Getting our reparations or dietrying.com.
And it's spelled out in Ebonics. No G's. I just typed it in, see it?
I see it. Getting. Well, there is one G because of getting.
Right, at the end.
No, at the beginning, getting.
Right. But there's another G supposed to be at the end.
Listen, can we not have any malfunction moments? Because you and Janet Jackson are like in that point. Because you're laying
both from
down.
Gary. We both from Gary, Indiana.
Okay, remember how she had the Super Bowl malfunction? You and your purple sheet there, you're about to have one of those malfunctions.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I feel much better. You might even want to bring it up closer to the chest. Got you. What is that beefaroni again?
Ground turkey and pork and beans.
Is that the typical Sunday night dinner?
Yeah, I've been eating terrible, but I'm at 2020. I'm about to lose 100 pounds.
2020. We going into 2022.
Oh, damn. I mean, 2022.
Yeah, in 2020, if you go backwards, we all were losing 100 pounds. We was gaining 100 pounds just being in the house.
Okay, so I apologize. I'm sorry for calling you out of your name. I was in a drunken stupor. It was crazy, but it was so entertaining. It was so funny. So, will you be able to still allow me to chat in the room, or I'm banned from the room? Also, just before you answer that, I'm so interested in your book club. I get a link sent to me, but I got so much work, man. My brain is a bowl of spaghetti with this PhD program now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I swear that shit's so hard. I can't even fuck with it. But I'm doing good. I have a 3.75 GPA, A minus. I finished my first quarter, my first year in February. So I'm in the beginning of the end of my first year. I got a B last semester that threw my 4.0 perfect GPA off. But yeah, things is great.
What course was that you got to be in?
Oh man, I can't remember. That's how much I hated that mother. I mean, me and him, boy. The emails I sent that dude, man, that work was so hard. But okay, Monica, so I'm gonna finish in. I gotta do these assignments. So am I banned or am I in?
I'll let you back in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it just won't be right now, but I'll let you back in. Listen, you got if you get drunk again or you feeling in your feel, it's not a good time to speak to me then. Because I really was ashamed for you.
I thought it was kind of hilarious.
Well, you could laugh at a person, but
Right.
I'm
I didn't
happy.
mind. Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
happy
mind
you
at all.
find the humor in it, but it's not the image of the black man I want to display out here. If you understand.
Remember, Monica, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I thought it was just us couple of peoples in your chat, and I got a little loose too much. But it won't happen again. No more drunken stupors. I can't do that no more.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for your support. See you around.
Great. All right. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. I can't. Yesterday, I have this thing called, like, I have the Ring service, right? I don't know if any of y'all are using the Ring. I mean, at the end of the day, this was one of the conversations I was having with Black Truth earlier, right? In a YouTube space, in most of these social media spaces, but YouTube specifically, and that's where we're at, you don't get the opportunity to pick your audience. Who's the audience? You can ban people after they have done some stuff, or you can remove them from the chat, but you don't really get to pick your audience. So you have very little control over how your platform functions. Which the functionality of it, who participates. You get to pick how you come out here, what content you present, how you discuss it in. I thought it was critical. He came back a while ago when I was doing something else, and he came on a platform, and I didn't want to deal with that then, but I felt like I could deal with it now. Yesterday, I was sitting in my house, and the Ring. So if you have a security system, I bought some cameras for inside the house. And I've since disengaged them. But the ring system sends you alerts. So sometimes I was thinking about making this into some content. So sometimes my neighbors, and that reminds me, I want to tell you about my neighbor next door. But sometimes my so in the ring system, people make comments. So the other day, this lady makes a comment, and she's like, "This guy broke." No, she didn't say broke into my house. She was like, was on my property or something was in my house is basically what she said, and didn't get anything, just walked around. So everybody's looking. At least you get to see the clip that the person put up, right? The person entered the front yard and walked out. So it's suspicious when somebody just trespasses on your property but didn't do anything. So some people think that that's people scouting the area, whatever. So yesterday I got an alert that said, I'm gonna tell you the area. It's called Rochdale Village. It is not the projects, it's actually condominiums. They're condos, right? Yeah, the condos. So it's condos that are over here. They said shots fired, blah, 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 blah. Right? So the people was going off. They was like, shots fired. You can't even go to the grocery store now. The only thing over there is a grocery store. So the people are responding to the notification, and they're just like, there's only a grocery store over there, the post office. So they was like, oh, somebody's probably mad standing online in the post office. So it was just funny cracks going back and forth. But actually, today, the NYPD released images Sunday morning of two individuals sought for a Queens shopping mall shooting on Saturday afternoon that left 3 people injured. Law enforcement sources said the gunfire erupted at 3:30 p.m. on December 18th in the parking lot of the Rochdale Village Shopping Center. And he gives the address. According to authorities, the 3 victims sat inside of a parked vehicle when the 2 suspects approached. One of the pair of perpetrators then pulled out a firearm and began blasting at the vehicle. In the hail of bullets, cops said a 29-year-old man was shot in the head, while 2 other men in the vehicle, ages 29 and 31, took bullets to their backs. Following the gunfire, police reported the 2 suspects fled inside a red 2014 Ford Focus. Oh, 2012. I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. But I'm just like, people are committing crimes now in Ford Focuses, heading toward Guy Arbor Boulevard with New York license plate number. And they give the number. Immediately, I'm saying to myself, so they're giving you the license plate number, the make and model of the car. So maybe these plates are stolen, don't match up to the car or whatever. And I want to point something out. This mall where they're shot at, guess what's right next door to the mall? Actually, the parking lot that this shootout happened is the police department's parking lot. This is where crime occurs, right under the police's nose. You understand? Like, that is as blazing as a criminal could get. It's like a I don't give a fuck moment or I don't give a fuck moments when you're going to shoot somebody in front of the precinct. You can't make this shit up. Officers from the 113th precinct and EMS units responded to the shooting. Paramedics rushed the 3 victims to Jamaica Hospital, where they're listed in stable condition. City council member, I don't know who this person is, who represents the area and is reportedly slated to become the chamber's next speaker. I don't even know who this person is. Said she's been in contact with police about the shooting. Adrian Adams, I don't know. You know, I'm a politician. I don't even know who this person is. My prayers go out to the 3 individuals who were shot in an incident today. Wait a minute. Wait. Woo. We need a little more information before we start giving out prayers and stuff. Adam said in the statement, Life Camp and King of Kings Foundation are on the scene working with the community, and I thank them for their swift response alongside the NYPD. Who the hell are these people? Now we're gonna have to do some research. Life Camp and Kings of Kings Foundation. This underscores that gun violence is still very prevalent in our city, literally hitting close to home in this case. Yeah, we all need guns in New York. I need my own gun. As shown on camera, one of the suspects wore a black fur-lined jacket, a light blue surgical mask, black pants, and black sneakers, while the other perpetrator wore a black jacket, a black face mask, black pants, and wore high-top sneakers. So they ask you if you have any thing. They show you pictures of the people. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the second perpetrator in here looks like a woman. And I wouldn't be surprised if both of them weren't a woman, but the one of them definitely looks like a woman to me. So Glib, are you still here? I want to see, because Glib ran something by me the other day. I want to see if this has to do with child support. I want to see. It's Christmas season. Anything's possible. I don't need these on. I don't have nobody up here. I want to see if this has to do with child support. I just from the body stance, to me, it looks like a woman. But let me see if I could let me see if I could screenshot this. Send it to me. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that they're black and it was collections. I'm just saying, like, I saw this and I said, wait, that's why I was like, wait till I tell Glenn about this one. All right, let me just see suspects. I want to show y'all the picture though, because this is why I'm thinking it's a girl, but I can't tell because we have nobody's sex these days. We're all binary. You know, we could be anybody's sex. So this could be any sex. These are child support collectors, yo. I don't know. They just looking at the pictures, bold shit to do, pop the motherfucker in the head. But it'd be something else. Let me tell you something. And I really can't tell by these parking, because some of that parking lot has lines and some of it doesn't. So I can't tell which side they're on, but I kid you not, the police department is right there. Like it is crazy. It is just so crazy. It's right there. The police officers have marked parking spots in that parking lot that this occurred in. Crazy. Let me just go find my Gmail for a moment. Let me go to my Gmail. Let me go to my Gmail. Well, y'all be sending me emails. Yeah, I don't do. All right, what do I want to open this with? The fuck? This is crazy. You can't even open a picture these days. Well, I don't want to show all my emails, so let me download this shit. Now, this stuff around here is getting really. No, I archived the conversation. Where's the archives at? Oh, I hate Gmail because I don't know how to use it. Where do the archive shit go? Shouldn't there be a line that says archives? Damn you. Fucking shit say undo or something. Where do the archive stuff go? Ugh, I am so annoyed. I am so annoyed. This is crazy. All right, so that's not an archive button. So this is this button. And then this button right here, do I get to say save? Oh, here we go. All right, let me go back up here. Let me come back over here. Let me see. I opened it. All right, let me see if I could share this with y'all. Cause I think it looks like a girl. So can y'all see this? Now this thing, I don't know what that is, but this right here looks like a girl. Is this Miss Piggy on somebody's shirt? Hey, Amber. I mean, just I don't know about that one. But this one looked like a girl to me, but I could be wrong. Cause see that looks like but see they described it as sweatpants. Let me go back to the description. Cause let's go back to the description. As shown on camera, one of the suspects wore a black fur-lined jacket. So here's suspect number one. A light blue surgical mask. Black pants and black sneakers. While the other perpetrator wore a black jacket, black face mask, black pants, and a white high top sneakers. Let me find out. Let me find out. I don't know, that just looked like skin tight pants to me. That just seemed like a woman to me. I don't know why it don't seem like a man, but y'all know y'all be wearing your pants just as tight as the women today. And since we don't have nobody's sex, you don't know what anybody is anymore. And this one right here, well, if you have information leading to their arrest, they ain't got no reward money yet. But the occupants of the car was a 29-year-old, two 29-year-olds, and a 31-year-old. And one of them was shot. One of the 29-year-olds was shot in the head, while two other men in the vehicle, 29 and 31, took bullets to their backs. Let me find out they got prostitution going on in the parking lot outside the police department. Something not right with this story. And that's all she wrote. More to come. I'm gonna be looking for the outcome of this one. All right, well, I'll be back with y'all tomorrow if there's a verdict in the case. I'm on vacation for a couple of days, so I'm trying to do vacation all the way around. And that's about it. I think I done been involved in too much shit. Too much shit for me. Too much, just too much shit for me. Too much shit for me. I really can't take it no more. So this is just be real talk. The hypocrisy on this internet is driving me probably to have a nervous breakdown. I just can't. I cannot. I'm in that phase again where I'm seeing the stuff and it's getting away from me. And if you comment on shit that you see, you considered wrong. If you're butting into people's business, there's a fear of I don't have a fear of missing out on anything around here. I don't need to be included in anything. It just is the way it is. It is the way it is the way it is. I want to be left alone. And I'm hoping to get to the new year on that level, just being left alone. It hurts me when I see so much. When I see people talking about walking in Christ, right? But everything they do is of negative. Y'all should stop calling on, and you know that's the saying, don't use the Lord's name in vain. Isn't that one of those commandments? Wherever it's listed, y'all should stop doing that, because the stuff folks engage in is blasphemy. At the end of the day, it's just blasphemy. And I'm sitting around here and I'm saying to myself, I don't want to be a party of it. I don't want to try to explain it to people. I don't want to try to break stuff down, try to make it make sense, because a lot of time it doesn't make sense to me. But people will call themselves Christians. They will be like, I believe in forgiveness. Forgiveness is the thing they talk about, but they do the least. Point in case. Yo folks came up here. He apologized. I forgave him. I said I restore his privileges and the story, right? No big deal. But I had to show him what he did. I had to find it to show him what he did. One may have known he was a little whatever it was. No need to rehash it. But that's the cycle of forgiveness. But people be talking about their God. That's why I don't understand who these people's gods are. But I know that he's not mine. It's not the same person. It's not the same creator. Or it is false witnessing. It's again another example of people false witnessing. So I explained the Black truth at the top of the show. My profound thoughts, not really that profound, but my thoughts on the hypocrisy of Christmas and how folks go and buy gifts for all these people, but Jesus, you get a gift? When the last time you gave Jesus a gift? Sometimes it could be your behavior, how you act Christ-like. You got many people out here don't even understand what that means, but they'll come up in here and give you a good preaching about how they're a child of God, and they're blah, 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 and you just be like, what the hell? This is why the pandemic, in my opinion, has lasted this long, because I have always believed it to be a pestilence from God. I consider it to be as vital, I'm sorry to say this, as vital as Noah's Ark. The tools have been presented to us, and we're still resisting. And the outcome, we're still inside this. We're waiting for a man to solve the problem, when at the end of the day, if our behaviors change, the wrath of God probably wouldn't be upon us. This is equivalent to Pharaoh not letting, what he said, my people go, and keep getting these bad bouts on top of them. I thought about the topic of who you believe in this morning when I read the article about the pastor who said God told him he needed a $7 million house. Well, God did tell him he needed a $7 million house, because the God he spoke to was in his likeness. See, this is what happens to some people, in my opinion, that preach the word. God is in their likeness. So he, when they talk about him, does and acts the way that they expect him to act, because they're not built in his image. They put God in their image. See, I've always been very critiquing about man was built in my image, and saying, so what was woman built in? Because I'm reading the same thing. I'm built in his image. So whoever my God is might be a woman, because I'm built in his image. So at the end of the day, I keep looking at this COVID, and it has touched me at home, and I'm dealing with the consequences of it. The other night, I filmed a video because one of my neighbors was out of control outside. And, you have to try to figure out, like, when you call in the man, what you hope the outcome will be. So come to find out, because he had all this, remember on the video, I'm looking and I'm seeing all this shit that's from outside the house, from inside the house, sitting on his lawn outside the house. And the police, I don't know, they was asking him questions, but homie was pulling down his pants and snap. But I went back to before I went live, and I listened to the other stuff I was recording of him screaming outside, and the stuff that he was saying, nobody loves me. How could you take everything away from me? He mentioned his sister. So I really wasn't hearing all of that when I was like, nigga, go to bed. But so I think they lost their house over there. Or he lost the house because his sister died from COVID. So this is another person put out in the street, somebody who needs help. What becomes of these people? So while everyone is in this nice givey mode, right? And feeling like the world is all about other shit right now. Hey, Sakina, other people are not doing well. Now, it made me reflect on the dumbass video I heard about homelessness and fighting homelessness and feeling like this shit about people being homeless and there's a difference between homelessness and panhandlers. And I get so frustrated because until you ever fall in this position, any one of us can become homeless just by an act of nature, an accident. It doesn't always necessitate, it's not, the prerequisite is not that you don't have a job. The prerequisite is just that something happened and you no longer have a home. So you just no longer have a home. This man lived there for at least, they built that house right there sometime in the early 90s. That house was built in the late 80s, early 90s. It was already built in 90. So they've been living there since 90. That's just sad. There's no place for him to go. He's troubled, he's got issues. But there's no place for him to go. Now, I don't know who's cleaning out the house. But I seen some some rubble truck come and remove stuff. I didn't see no notice go or up there. I didn't ask my nosy neighbors who were all outside, conjugated together, gossiping. I didn't go over there and ask them because I really didn't want to know the whole story. And there's nothing that any one of us could do to make his situation better. We can't buy his house over there so he could stay in it. It's the consequences, it's the sad consequences of the COVID. So, when you feel like you lost everything, what will you do to survive? I really don't want to find that out. I really don't want to find that out. When you believe you lost everything, what will you do to survive? Anyway, so it's sad. So I can't be going around partaking in things and not thinking about the less fortunate, the less needy and stuff like this. I saw a lot of things yesterday. I saw a lot of expression in people's faces. I got to finally see some of the people that I've never met on the YouTube and put a face to a name and like really try to zero in and key in on people's enjoyment of each other's company around here. So I see that to be a big moment. Be careful who you're engaging with and the purpose of your engagement. If you are in a relationship, YouTube shifts, and it's making you go against who you normally are and what you normally stand for, you have to determine for yourself, is that healthy for me? Anybody who wants to change you is not a person to be around. And anybody that wants to stir up trouble is also a person you don't want to be around. You need the same balance going into shit as you have going out of shit. I believe the economy is in a bad place and everyone's leaning on other people for survival. Today, you could be at top of your game and tomorrow the rug can be pulled underneath your foot. Nothing's guaranteed. You're not even guaranteed that you're going to wake up tomorrow. That's why you are supposed to live today as if it's your last day. You understand? If I felt like something was wrong about something that I engaged in and I feel to speak up about it, I'm willing to live with that shit. If I speak up about it and I lose some friends along the way, I gotta take a step back and be like, was that a friendship worth losing, or was my integrity worth more? I don't give a fuck. My integrity is going to reign supreme over any relationship out here. I may challenge it with my children, but I will not challenge it for a man. Not my integrity. My integrity is between me and my deity. That's just how it goes. And a lot of other people have the same type of principles. People want other people to fight the fight, but they will not stand up for another person. There's a word called boycott, right? Look it up. Sometimes when some shit is going down that's wrong, you've got to boycott. Even if you just wanted to be with the get along gang. There are principles behind shit. And to come out after the fact and be like, oh, I don't like the way something went down. You are after fact person. I don't even want to hear you. You like chatter to me. Go over there and chatter in that corner. Your opinion now doesn't matter, because when you could have done something that could have affected a change, you did nothing. You stood idly by and did nothing. But afterwards, you want to make change and talk. Now, fuck you. Fuck you and everything you stand for. That's a fact of life. It doesn't matter how you get out of a situation. It matters what you do when a situation is in front of you. That's all that matters. The day after doesn't matter. Those are just the consequences of whatever. But what matters is when you're in the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, you got to take your integrity comes first. And I stand with anybody that stands with their integrity, but I find it weak as fuck for anybody to revisit something after the integral moments have passed. Doesn't say nothing to me. That doesn't stand out like a it doesn't stand. It's like shit I don't even want to hear. That's the difference between leaders and followers. So I'm hoping that in 2022, I am more aligned with leaders who are following me because they respect my leadership and I respect theirs. The followers can't get a moment with me in 2022. I just need you, your ancillary. Followers are ancillary to your platform. People don't like to hear the fucking truth. A follower is just a follower. They're gonna go where they go. I want motherfucking leaders behind me that are following me over here that I can gladly follow them. This weak shit I be seeing around here, hell to the fucking no. I don't want to be rocking with a bunch of people that just go along to get along. I don't want that in my life. It's not warranted. Life is too short. We're in a spiritual warfare, have been forever. It's killing people. New York they got rid of their governor for some I might have touched your titty moment. And what's happening now? Numbers, highest they ever been since the whole pandemic. Highest numbers ever. people in the industries of food. Hey, Andre, people in the industry of the food, you know what they are doing now in New York? They are voluntarily closing their restaurants. Do you know why? Because their staff got sick as shit. And they didn't have enough people to run it. Because their staff got sick. See, in the first go round, they just closed it down so your staff wouldn't get sick, and they asked you to pay for them. Now your staff done got sick and you can't even pay them. And there's no money or relief being offered at them because people squandered it in season 1. They cut people off of unemployment and said there's jobs out there. People just don't want to go back to them. Go find one of those vacant jobs. In the meantime, between time, stuff is really rough out there. Pestilence, man is not going to be able to solve it. Prayer is going to be the only thing working on your side. But if you pray to your demonic images, that's why he says, do not make images, false idols. If you pray to your images, what do you think is going to happen to you? You better find the truth. And it ain't in people's names. It's not in people's focus. It's in your own development. It is where you are in your journey with your creator, or how you believe you exist here. But at the end of the day, relationships will come and go, and some of our lives will come and go as well. There will be people who are here with us today that will not be with us tomorrow, because tomorrow wasn't meant for them. But the shit y'all doing today is going to pad how your present days will be accomplished. What your accomplishments will be in those present days is what you're doing today. So I just hate to, I get so crazed when people be talking about, oh, I'm a good person, I'm a this, I'm a that. When you gotta talk it into existence, you ain't none of that. Good folks do this shit. They about their business 24/7. Nobody shouting, the Lord is giving us the gifts and paving the way and all this other bullshit. Hell to the fuck no, to the no. The Lord didn't need you to have all this shit. I'm not gonna use her, but I'm gonna use a story. If you know the story, get mad, whatever. I heard a fellow YouTuber say yesterday, I got an incident where a tree fell on my garage. This is what the fellow YouTuber said. I will take them motherfucking Christmas presents back to straighten up what I need to straighten up. Self-preservation. Fucking gifts don't mean a goddamn thing when you need life and you need to live, and they mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's why I never understand this Christmas shit. I never understand the birthday shit where people only celebrate people at a certain calendar point. Remember the story, the lottery? That's what this shit is at. Survival is more important. Survival is more important. So when I hear people say, well, some people would never get anything, and I'm saying to myself, no, y'all rich as fuck. Rich as fuck, motherfuckers are happy in being rich as fuck. Because you're rich in everything. So the gifts is just, it was just a moment to be around one another, and to be, no gifts had to be exchanged. Y'all folks do that well every single day. Y'all do that great. So with a gift or without a gift, I think the same people would have rocked with the same people because they enjoy each other's company. Remember those moments more, the camaraderie between the people, opposed to what the gift giving act was. Just the idea of being up there and being happy and having a big group on a live, fabulous, fabulous. It's more than a gift. It's life is more than gifts. Life is how you treat a person. What Maya Angelou say, a person will remember how you treated them. So if you treat a person dirty, person will remember that. If you treat a person well, person will remember that. You'll never know when you'll need that memory point to be a good point for you. You don't want it to be a bad point. You know, they say you pass the same, on your way going up, you pass the same people on your way coming down. That's the concept or the construct of that. That's what that stands for. I live on the principle, just do good to people, and stand on the side of righteous, not right, not wrong. Stand on the side of righteous when dealing with anything and everything. Sometimes when you stand in righteous, you take an L, but you take an L on the right side in your heart and in your spirit. And that goes for everybody either way. That's how I see Xmas as I've gotten older. The gifts are for the kids that believe in Santa, the people I love get Xmas all year round. That's how I see it. I told y'all in my house, because I had to deal with, I've always had to fight off the worldly issues. Like kids go to certain type of schools, they're gonna celebrate certain type of shit. They're gonna, have it infused in their curriculum or what have you. So what did I do? Told my kids, Santa. And this is based on my own experience as a kid. My mother, who was the buyer of shit, she didn't read. It was very hard communicating with her in my younger years. So I wrote one year, Mr. Santa Claus, with all my shit I wanted to get. And I sent it off in the school to wherever the fucking school sends shit to. But I come home and I get none of my items on my list. You know why? Because my mother never knew what I sent Santa Claus. So it wasn't that I was naughty or nice or what have you, and I couldn't get the gift that I wanted. I got gifts. Don't get me wrong. We got gifts. And motherfucker in this house ain't get no gifts. But I didn't get the shit that was on my fucking list to Santa Claus, right? Why is that? Because they didn't know what it is I was wanting. Because I didn't communicate with them and be like everybody else and be like, I wrote to this fucking white dude sitting up in the goddamn North Pole, South Pole, whatever pole he was in, to get my gifts. Believing in something. So I made sure my kids didn't believe in the Santa Claus, the motherfucking tooth fairy, or whatever it is. They only come around when I pay for their services. Santa Claus only delivers the gift. He's like FedEx, the postman, and that's all he is. He brings those gifts on that day. And then it became hard for me because I had to then make sure I hid the gifts at my parents' house and that they came in the middle of the night when the kids went to sleep and bought the toys. Then I had to explain to my son why we don't have no chimneys in the projects. And I had to show him rooftops. So it's just, these lies are not good things, but they are all for the children. But there comes a time when you just have to bust their goddamn bubble and be like, yeah, listen, that's not how this works. That's not how this goes. I remember just intensely watching. Remember the cartoons that came out around this season. And it was like the little snowball that was probably made out of Play-Doh, and it was Frosty the Snowman and this red. Yeah, I used to watch those shits, like be so intense in those people's world and lives, but missing the whole structure of the show and the lesson that was being taught there, because there was a lesson and it had to do with giving and it had to do with love. And the bottom line is every occasion to be with family and friends should be a loving moment, with or without a present. So for those of you who missed out in life, and for those of you who right now, today may not be a good day for you, and you may not be seeing abundance of wealth, tomorrow could get better. You never know. But it's contingent on what you do today. So just keep hope alive, prayer, and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and how you take care of yourself. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Anyway, be the love you seek. This is Mo, and I've got to go.